everyone, welcome back to my tutorial world. I'm standing here in front of my previous design from an all-round vegetable farm, and I went looking for a new one because I find this quite noisy, so I created 3 different designs, and I would say let's go take a look. This is my first design and I'm calling it the non-greedy one. It's using one villager and it gives me everything that I need for food or what a villager can farm. I'm using the technique of a butt switch and some other components, as you can see here. And if I say everything, and the non-greedy one is I trade some potatoes or carrots for emeralds, and this one gives me also bread. So that's why it's a non-greedy one. I also created a second one. This one is a tutorial about. This is the greedy one. So I put in another villager for crafting some bread, and as you can see there is a bit more redstone behind it, so you can go for the less redstone or for the more redstone. But this can give me everything that I want, even with the latest update for beetroot. It also farms beetroot. Of course you can build a whole factory around it, so this is a dirt design. I sort out my items. I have my 2 villagers over there, and I have also a little oven furnace underneath it with 32 furnaces going synchron. Here in the back or at the side I have my item sorter. It's one of mine designs. There's also a tutorial about it, so if you're interested, look it up. And at the back it's a contraption, so it only works when the villager is efficiency farming. So you see, if he's standing around looking around and doing nothing, it won't work, so it's not that noisy. So let's take a look how this all works. So we have on the left side a chest with bone meal, button, a villager. He will give me everything that I want except bread. We have some light, crafting table, the villager for the bread, and the bone meal for the bread. So let's make them work. Behind him is a dropper, and I'm gonna put 3 beetroot seeds in it, and I give him 1 with pressing on the button. He picks it up and he will start planting it and harvesting it, and it will all come down into the chest in front of it. Let's turn on the bread maker and let's see how they work. You see, that's what I mean. They are not harvesting now, and if the bone meal continuously firing, it's a lot of noise, so now it's not noisy. I speed this side a little bit up because I find out since the update farming beetroot is, yeah, they don't like it. It takes a heck of a time. Carrots and potatoes is much faster. As you can see, the guy with the bread, he is farming like crazy, and the other one is standing still. But anyway, back to the normal time, and let's go take a look. Now he is farming, finally. So I gave him 3 seeds of beetroot, so I will get 3 beetroots of it and some seeds. So we're gonna turn off the bread maker, and as you can see I have 3 beetroots and seeds, some bread and some wheat. So this one is empty, he doesn't have anything anymore, so we're gonna take the carrots, give him 1. As you can see, he's already harvesting the carrots, so that goes much quicker. That one is the 3rd one, I guess. And now we have to wait until he harvests the last one. The last one is always, yeah, they stop farming if they don't have any seeds anymore. I find out. Maybe it's just a thought, but it always takes a little while. Let's put this one back on, so we have a little bit more bread. Going fast forward. because I don't want to cut stuff out so you can see how fast it is. Sometimes if yeah, the villagers are happy to farm for you. So that was the last carrot. Everything is in the chest. Let's take a look. 7 carrots from 3 carrots. And I would say let's go and build this thing. Pause the video on this side. It's square 7 by 6 and the blue dot is where the center is of all the building. What we're gonna need? We're gonna need some redstone, of course. We're gonna need a comparator, a repeater, a dispenser, a dropper, redstone lamp, button, a lever, hopper, redstone torch, redstone dust of course, and some building blocks, and a half slab for redstone. We also need a rail, a minecart with hopper, and a piston, a normal piston. We also gonna need some building blocks, so we need dirt of course, some for the roof, for the flooring, stairs, half slabs. Then for the walls I used clay to give some colors, a chest, a crafting table, a lamp, some lights, a glass panes, water, a hoe, and for decoration item frame, a flower and a pot. So we're gonna build this one now. We go to the center and we go 2 blocks out from the blue block. We're gonna put a repeater facing that way, and we're gonna put a dropper on top of it facing up. So it's a little bit tricky, like that. At the back we're gonna put some hoppers, 3 hoppers, one going into the dropper, one going into that one, and then one on this side. And in the middle one we go 2 up. Then we're gonna take our comparator, we're gonna put it in front of the dropper, a block in front of that, a block in the corner, one open, another block beside the comparator, and left and right on that hopper also a block. We're gonna take our redstone lamp and we're gonna put them on the 2 blocks beside the hopper. Redstone dust in front of it, redstone dust in front of the comparator, and a repeater facing to the redstone lamps. Now we're gonna take a chest and we're gonna put it right above the dropper, and this is our output. Now we're gonna take some the rails. Oh no, we're gonna take a crafting table and we're gonna put it in between. Now is the time we're gonna take our rail, our minecart hopper, and our normal piston, and also button, and don't forget the dirt because we're gonna need that also. We're gonna build some temporary blocks, one there, and we go around the hopper so the minecart stays at his place. We're gonna build 3 up. We're gonna place our dirt, rail on top of it, minecart hopper on top of that, break the block underneath it, and it will fall down. As you can see, the lights are working because the rail is coming to the output. Then we're gonna place 2 dirt on top of the minecart hopper, piston facing down, normal piston, block on top, button, and we power it once, and then we break everything except the dirt that's pushed into the hopper, minecart hopper. Now we're gonna build here also dirt beside this one, and we're gonna build out on this side. We're gonna take our dropper. It's just taking some more redstone because I'm gonna need rust, and a torch, and also a repeater. So a dropper facing towards you, a hopper going into the dropper, and on the back of the hopper we're gonna place our comparator with a block in front and a block underneath, and delete the middle one and also the one under the hopper. We're gonna put a redstone torch on that block, redstone dust underneath that block and on top of that block. Now we go out 1 full block. Now we're gonna take our half slab, so we don't block off the hopper. If it will work. Yeah, okay. So the half slab against that block, and then one block in front of it. Delete one underneath. We're gonna put a redstone torch on the fill block and redstone dust on the half slab, but for now we're gonna leave it because otherwise, yeah, you get block updates and stuff like that, and it's not funny. So now we're gonna take our repeater. No redstone torch. A repeater coming out of this block. We're gonna take our droppers, and we're going facing towards us. In front of the repeater, one going up, and on top of that one facing one the other way, like that, and one hopper going into the one underneath. And we're gonna put one item in the hopper, in the dropper, sorry, in front of the repeater. Coming out on this side, we're gonna place a comparator with a block in front of it, a block in front of that one, and we're gonna build up 1, 2, delete the one underneath it, one up, one out, delete that one up, and one out, and delete the first one. Now we're gonna take a redstone torch, one there, redstone dust over there, and on this side the torch, on the other side the torch, and then one coming out on this side. Now we're gonna put one torch underneath this block with the redstone dust on top of it, and we're gonna place our dispenser, no dropper but a dispenser, and a dropper on top of it. We're gonna put one hopper in the dispenser with a double chest on top of it. That's our bone meal supply later on. And we're gonna make look it nice, so we're gonna let it face this way. So guys, if you are planning to make the single one, this is the side you have to build. And you only need to put one item into the dropper facing the hopper and redstone dust on that half slab. So the dropper you're seeing here needs one item and redstone dust over there. But we're gonna delete that one and we're gonna build this side now. So it's pretty much the same, so we're gonna build out again. We're gonna place our dropper, our hopper into the dropper, coming out with a comparator, a block in front of the comparator, and then one down there. Delete the middle one, delete the one under the hopper, redstone torch, redstone dust, and redstone dust, a block in front of the redstone dust. Now we're gonna need our half slab again, so looking for the half slab, it's over there against that block, and one block in front of it, like that. I'm gonna put a redstone torch on the fill block, and with the redstone dust we're gonna wait till later on. A repeater coming out of the bottom block, again dropper facing your way, one up, one over facing the other way, and a hopper going into the dropper. And here we're gonna put an item into the hopper, like that. Coming out of the bottom dropper, we're gonna place a fill block, then a comparator, not that one there, and two blocks in front of it. And we're gonna put one block against the dirt, redstone torch underneath it, and redstone dust on the two blocks in front of the comparator. We're gonna take our dispenser, so no dropper but a dispenser, and again the hopper behind it and a chest on top of it. This is the second side for the bread making side, and normally you should have something looking the same like this. So we're gonna take our building blocks now. so we're gonna give it a nice face. So we're gonna take our stairs for the flooring, and we're gonna put some there, and also on the other side some. Now we're gonna take our wall block, and we're gonna put one on the redstone dust, and we're gonna build our walls up from the stairs 3 blocks up, and we're gonna do the same on the other side of the chest, 3 blocks up from the stair height. On this side it's the same, one underneath the chest, and we're gonna build the wall beside it. Now we're gonna make our heading. So we're gonna put the stairs, 3 stairs in between, one there, but I don't like the look of this, so I'm gonna let them curve, and one on top of that chest. On the back of the chest we're gonna do some lights, so I use sea lanterns here, but you can use some other lights. Because you can see beside the chests, I'm gonna put some blocks around it, so it's nice closed up from the front as much as I can. I'm gonna fill up the top here. That one it won't interfere with the redstone. Now we're gonna take, I make our water supply, so make sure you are on this height, 1 block under. Make a nice 1 block gap for our water source, and we're gonna put our wall block on top of it and building up, so we have a nice back wall, filling up these 2 gaps, and that's finished. Now we're gonna do our roofing. So I put 1 stairs upside down, and I go all the way, and we're gonna finish up the sides, coming 1 block out, and on this side we're gonna do the same. We're gonna finish off our floor. So as you can see, I'm using again half slabs. If you see some previous videos of me, I'm doing it for no mob spawning, so I'm not gonna get surprised that a creeper standing in front of me or sneaking up behind me. That's the reason why I'm using always half slabs on the floors. And that was the last stair. We're gonna use our glass panes to put in the middle, so the one that makes bread can throw it to the other one. We're gonna haul our dirt, and we're gonna finish off the front of it, so 1 stair upside down facing that way, so it makes a nice curve, and on this side the same. And this is pretty much it, just the button and the lever, so we can start up the machine. 1 button there behind the dropper, and the lever on the chest, and we're gonna power it so the redstone dust is powered. Now we're gonna see if the butt switch is working after we put some redstone lamps here. It's also the gap where you can put your villager in, so they drop down. And we're gonna power it, and we're gonna see if everything works. So normally if I put a block there and 1 on top of it, it should work. It worked once, so there's something not right. So we're gonna delete the redstone dust, and of course we need 1 item in the dropper. Yeah, I forgot it. But that's why we are testing it. So 1 item in each dropper, and now we can test it again. If it messes up, guys, the only thing you have to do is this: you place a block and it don't work, don't bother it, just break that redstone dust, put the block there, break it, put the redstone dust again, and now it will work. You have to butt switch it once before you power it again. As you can see, now it's working perfectly. So delete that one. We're gonna check out the other side if that's working. Block there and 1 there, and yeah, this one is also working perfectly. The dispenser is firing pretty fine, so that's all nice. So guys, this was it, just to make it all nice. Some item frames against the chests, one there and one there. We're gonna put an upside down stairs in the corners with a nice flower on top of it. Let me take the flower and the flower pot. I'm gonna put one there with the flower in it, and on the other one. And this is the finished product. It only needs some villagers and bone meal on the item frames, and we can start. As you can see, I magically let some villagers come, and also some bone meal in the chest. To start off, because the hopper is blocked off with the bone meal when it's in the off position, so we're gonna put some bone meal into the dispensers, and now we can test it out. So we're gonna give this one, he's making bread, some seeds. You can throw in a stack, or I throw in like 10 or 15 or 20. We're gonna take the rail out because that was from the build, and we're gonna let him start off. The moment he plants the seed, the bud switch will go off, and this torch will burn out because the comparator is unpowered. And when he harvests, it's powered again, and when he plants, it's depowered again, and so on. This side's working the same. I'm giving him 3 seeds, so you can see they harvest also wheat. And I can give him later on some potatoes, so you can see that he also will harvest potatoes. So let's see if I turn off and on again, if the bud switch will do his job, so I don't interfere with it. If I build it correctly. He is planting the wheat. Nice. As you can see, everything comes in, and he won't pick up anything. So he won't pick up the wheat or the seeds this side. And the one who's crafting the bread, of course, he picks up everything. Sometimes seeds or wheat will go into the chest if he is a little bit too enthusiast, I would say. So if it pops up too high, the hopper will take it. But that he has enough seeds, so that doesn't matter. Let's speed up a little bit. As you can see, right side is farming pretty nice. Left side, nah. Sometimes they fall asleep, and now he's farming the last one. So I gave him 3 seeds, and he's not planting anything, so I get 5 wheat and 2 seeds in return. I don't get more seeds because he's not planting anything, so I'm gonna give him let's say 10 potatoes, and we're gonna fire him up again, and we'll see how long it takes before he starts planting and harvesting. As you can see, we get some bread from the other one, so that's also working fine, so we're gonna put him off. And the one with the potatoes, he's also starting to bring some potatoes into the chest, so I would say everything works fine. I hope you guys gonna enjoy building this new improved all around vegetable farm. If you liked it, please press that thumbs up, and of course guys, if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, and I would say have a nice day.
Control.